Happy Friday, everyone. Just wanted to bring this little news article to you in case you haven't seen it. It just released from J-Ski. I think it's Steve Myers, the executive vice president of iRacing, talking about NASCAR 25 and like some of the sale numbers and even the future he hinted at in 2026 and what to expect there. I thought there's some really interesting quotes, which is why I wanted to showcase this to you guys, because I know a lot of you that probably aren't on Twitter, you probably didn't see this. So it says iRacing is ecstatic with the success of NASCAR 25 after the opening month. And the big quote, or the big kind of piece right here, is that not including the PC launch earlier this week, roughly 200,000 copies of NASCAR 25 have been sold through PlayStation and Xbox users. It's ahead of schedule in terms of sales, making the top 10 bestseller list for both consoles, according to Game Discover Co. And in October alone, it placed 9th in new releases on PlayStation and 4th on Xbox. I have noticed a lot of you guys that play NASCAR 25, a lot of you guys are Xbox users, which is really interesting because like the console database, it's kind of like, I think right now it's around like 80 or 90 million for PS5 and like 30 to 40 million for Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. So like PlayStation has like double on what Microsoft has with Xbox. But yet what I've noticed is a lot of you guys have an Xbox and a lot of you play NASCAR 25 on an Xbox. Let me know in the comments why that is. I just find that very interesting because the way I believe gaming, like right now, what you need, PC, PlayStation 5. I think that's honestly what you need because I think console wars are basically over, and I don't think we're going to have like too many exclusives. But when it comes to exclusives, all you need is a PlayStation or a PC. Of course, this game didn't release on PC until a month later. I'm hoping that in the future, they're able to release PC along with console. That is my hope. If that's not possible, that's unfortunate, but my hope is they can release PC with console in future iterations. But yeah, Steve Myers, he said a few things. We needed to do something like that to have it be a success. Nowadays, what you're spending to make these games is a tough road. You can certainly see, looking at the rest of the industry, why there were some detractors going up because it's very expensive to build these games. If you have something that's doing less than that, it's tough to look in the mirror and go, do you want to do this? I think we are ecstatic with the way things have gone so far. We're just starting. We're thrilled that year one has had such a positive momentum because we know what we have lined up in the future is going to add on that. And by the way, the 200,000 copies, roughly 200,000, not including PC, that equates to, if you were not adding Gold Edition as well, if you just do 200,000 times 60, which $60 is the price of the game. Of course, there's a lot of other factors like fees and stuff that have to go to PlayStation, Xbox, and all that stuff. Again, Gold Edition is $80 as well, Season Pass, November DLCs, but 200,000 copies times 60 is $12 million. And so that is a really good number to hit for, what are we in? 1 month since the launch of it. So in 1 month, minimum $12 million, kind of around there. Not including PC, not including Gold Edition. Only they know kind of like the amount of money they've really made from the amount of units sold. But it's definitely doing really well. Like the game is definitely doing really well. I think it's already outsold NASCAR 21 Ignition. I don't know about that. I don't know the numbers NASCAR 21 Ignition sold, but the game is doing well. And that makes me happy because I do believe it's a really good game, guys. I've been playing it every day. And of course, it has some issues, corner cutting penalties. Some of the PC stuff, I heard about PC not having private lobbies or something like that. So, of course, there are issues, and I understand that. But I'm a month into the game, and I'm having a lot of fun. If I'm 1 month into the game, and I'm not tired of playing your game, you have a good game there. I'm having fun making content. I know you guys are having fun watching, and I'm just really happy with year one. That's what I knew. This was year one. And to be honest, I thought it would have more problems. It doesn't have as many problems as I thought it would. The driving continues to surprise me every day. Like I continuously just have constant fun with the driving, different series, career mode, all that stuff. And now I'm getting into championship season. So I'm going to be trying 105 difficulty with custom setups. So I'm going to be seeing more things there as well. It does have its issues. Like how slow you are in restarts, the green flag pit stops, how slow you are compared to the AI. Also, with the way the AI pit, some of them run themselves out of fuel. Those are things that hopefully can be fixed. But for year one, I think that they've done really, really well. So then a bunch of kind of fodder here, talking about fodder. And then Steve Myers talked about like the development process, and he said it was probably a little longer than what we wanted most games would be on the development period. The truth is that actually a short timeline for the franchise for launching a game. One of the massive advantages that we have with the business is we had all the content already built. This is about the tracks, having all the scanned tracks, having all the scanned cars, having a lot of the audio as well ready to go, having relationships with TJ Majors and Josh Williams and the spotters and stuff, and graphics and all that stuff, right? They had a lot of the stuff already built with iRacing, so a lot of it we had to refresh, and we did refresh almost everything from the NASCAR title, but that was a long period of time to do that. That was a massive savings and almost a 2-year development savings by having all that content created. This is why I always was very positive in the lead up to this game, is because of this. When I realized that they were going to be able to put all the scanned tracks and the scanned cars and everything into the game, we would have every scanned track. I know we don't have Portland in Mexico. I know that. But like, guys, we have like basically every scanned track, and none of them. So like in the heat days, they had to like obviously like art team and had to like, build the racetracks, and EA days, again, you had to like manually build the racetracks. But the fact that they were able to get all the scanned racetracks into the game, that was huge. That I knew from the beginning when they said like that was happening, and I was also like, is that real? Because I was in shock. I was like, is that real? Like, are they actually going to be able to do that? And they really were able to just port the iRacing scans into the console, and I thought that was awesome, and it really, really helped the development process of the game. I think that's why they were able to. In my opinion, career mode is more fleshed out than I thought it would be. I thought the career mode would be really basic, and I would probably get bored of it. I'm a month in. I'm not bored of the career mode. I'm having a good amount of fun. Does it have every little detail I want? Not really. It's still not really Avatar focused. I would still want it to be Avatar focused, but it is more detailed than I thought it would be. My expectations were surpassed there. So that was a very, very big thing. 2 years seems like a long time, but in terms of launching your first game, it's actually a pretty short amount of time. I think launching a first game, it's usually around 3 to 4 years for most developers. And iRacing is growing in terms of development. They have like a lot of manpower now. So that's very nice. And then talking about 2026. So this is actually probably the main reason why I wanted to make this video, is because of what he's saying for 2026. So he talks about all that stuff in the how the game is and test and all that stuff. But moving forward, iRacing is working through what the next versions of the game will look like. Those should have an idea in the next month. Myers anticipates that there will be an installment in 2026. He says, "We definitely have plans with what we want to do. It's just a matter of trying to figure out what we can get done and when," he stated. This was a little later than we wanted to ship this title. It did release in October. I believe they probably wanted it to release it in September, but it released in October. I think that goes with year one, the official launch hurdles that you're going to jump through. I think in year two, we will have a better understanding of what we need to do to hit the marks that we want to hit. Having an earlier release date is a tricky topic, Myers admitted, pointing at the EA Sports Legendary Madden franchise. He knows that it has the luxury of launching ahead of the season because Madden releases in, what is it released now? It releases in August. Season starts in September. Though it still aligns with the best period of the year to release a game. Ultimately, the release date needs to make business sense. And this is talking about February, like releasing a game around the Daytona 500. And he says, "I understand that people would love if the title came out before Daytona, but it's kind of a dead window in terms of retail sales." And he said, as a business, if you release something in February, it's tough to get all the way to the holiday season. That is a viable product to generate revenue in the holiday season. We do know GTA 6 just got delayed again, which did not surprise me whatsoever. If you guys know about the Red Dead Redemption 2 release pattern, Red Dead Redemption 2 was scheduled to release, I believe, in, was it 2017, fall 2017, I believe, was the initial release date for Red Dead Redemption. They released like a teaser trailer and it said fall 2017. It was then delayed to spring of 2018. It was then delayed again to fall of 2018, and that's when it released. GTA 6 is taking the same exact like method. It was scheduled to release. Was it fall 2025? It was scheduled to release fall 2025. They then delayed it to spring, which was May 2026, and now they've delayed it again to, I believe it's November of 2026. Same exact period. Now, I believe GTA 6 is not going to get delayed again. That's the same thing they did with Red Dead Redemption 2. They've done the same thing they're doing with GTA 6. I believe they will release it in November because you release your game in September, October, November, leads into Christmas. They know this. That's why everyone tries to release their game around that time. Call of Duty, Battlefield, all the sports games. They try to release their game in that time zone. If NASCAR would release the game in February, it would line up with Daytona. But there's also a lot of other little details that you probably don't think about in terms of if you release the game in February, you would have to submit your game very early on. And also, like, think about drivers moving around and like, we usually don't even know who's running in the truck series at Daytona by early February. Like, you sometimes don't even know. So it would be really difficult for them to get really just driver rosters, paint schemes, everything like that ready to go and all set and accurate for a February release. And then also adds to the fact that February is not a good time to release a game in terms of just business. So they are probably going to stick with that September, October release date pattern. But the fact is, Myers is hinting that there's going to be a 2026 release. So it's going to be a yearly release, which is great. I love that. And that it's probably going to release in that window. There's also another thing that if you were to try to release in February, you would have to not release a game next year. Because there's no way you could release a game in February 2026, right? So you'd have to skip 2026, and then you would go NASCAR 25, skip NASCAR 26, and then you would call it NASCAR 27 to release in February. So you would, again, it doesn't really make sense from a business perspective, which is why I understand them doing it. I think if they can probably do like a season update for NASCAR 25, maybe that would be ideal, like a $20 season update or something like that. But again, I don't even know if it's necessary. I'm okay with the September release date. I'm okay with it. I understand why it happens. I understand why people want February, but as long as the game is good, that's what I care about. iRacing plans to keep building on what it's done with NASCAR 25. The next title will include the new Chevrolet body. I think that released this morning. Is it really new? I think we saw it. It's not really new. As well as the naval base Coronado course in San Diego that will visit next June. And they also need to add Portland, and they also need to add Mexico as well. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to showcase this article to you guys. So NASCAR 26 is being hinted at. They want to make a NASCAR 26 to build on top of NASCAR 25. And NASCAR 25 is doing really well with roughly 200,000 copies sold, not including the launch on PC. And I know PC probably sold pretty well as well. So they've made a good amount of money from this game, which is nice to see. And hopefully they can reinvest that money into developing NASCAR 26 and NASCAR 27 and NASCAR 28 and continue on. I gave NASCAR 25 an 8 out of 10. My hope is that by NASCAR 27 or NASCAR 28, I can give this game a 10 out of 10. That's honestly my hope. I think year 3 and 4 is going to be where the project peaks, and I'm really hoping I can give iRacing a 10 out of 10 game. I really like NASCAR 25. I'm really excited for NASCAR 26. I'm really excited for the future, guys. So yeah, I think this showcases as well that people like the game because they supported it. They bought it, right? Like, to my knowledge, people are buying the game. NASCAR fans are buying the game. I would expect this number to also go up in terms of the holiday season. We're not even really near Black Friday or Christmas yet. So I'm expecting that number to go up. And guys, my recommendation, if you don't have NASCAR 25, I recommend you play it. The driving experience is what keeps me coming back right now. It doesn't have a lot of game modes. It doesn't have a challenge mode. It's missing a good amount of online features. Like, online drafting doesn't work, which still really annoys me because I can't race Daytona and Talladega and have good pack racing because the online drafting, the bump drafting doesn't work. So there are issues, but like the actual driving, the single player experience is just really good. And I really like it. So that's that's not me kissing ass or anything, guys. You know how I am. I tell it like it is. I really like this game. I'm still excited to play it every day and make content on it. And that's a month in. So I'm having a great time. So yeah, shout out to iRacing. And what do you guys think about a yearly release title? NASCAR 25, NASCAR 26, NASCAR 27. what could they get into each update of the game. I think my main thing right now is updating the way cautions work, cautions and caution replays and caution pit stops. I want all that to be reworked, in my opinion. So I hope they put development time into that. But there's also a lot of online stuff that they need to work on as well. And then career mode. Still, I want career mode. I don't want career mode being the same. NASCAR 25 going into NASCAR 26. If career mode is the same, that's gonna make me really upset. So there's a lot of things that they have to focus on, and a lot of things that they're gonna have to work on. It's not. This is like NASCAR 25 was good, but don't get complacent. There's still a lot of things they need to work on, a lot of things they need to flesh out, and let's see what they do. I'll see you guys later tonight for the career mode video. Take care of yourselves. Follow me on Twitter. If you're already subscribe. We're at 93.1. Hopefully we can reach 100,000 by next year. That's the hope. So hopefully you guys can push on through. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys later tonight. Peace out.